hype is getting real now. We are just 15 days away from the West Coast Main Line Preston to Carlisle, which is being developed by Just Trains on behalf of Dovetail Games for Train Sim World 5. I haven't calmed down any with this. Welcome, by the way, to this Train Sim World 5 little update video. I'm almost forgetting myself in the furore of what's going on this afternoon. Dovetail have expanded the hype even more this afternoon by releasing the route map for the upcoming route on the 21st of November. So I thought we'd take a quick look at this because it's interesting. A lot of us know this route anyway from TS Classic, and obviously in my case as well, being local to Preston, I've travelled this route many times, so I know it from a real life perspective for once as well, as I did with Blackpool Branches this time last year, wasn't it, when Blackpool Branches actually released? It was the 14th of November last year, as I recall. So is that hinting towards an annual release by Just Trains? I hope so. In fact, I hope they do 2 releases a year or more based on the quality of Blackpool Branches. But we're not going to talk about Blackpool Branches too much. I thought we'd have a look at the route map because, principally we know that we are going, from a passenger perspective, we're going, of course, from Preston to Carlisle. It's all in the name. But with freight services, we can actually go a little bit further to Kingmore Depot and Kingmore Yard. So there are 10 areas of interest on here, but actually there's a few more areas of interest that I wanted to look at with this little graphic. I quite like these graphics. They're quite nice, aren't they? The way that they've done them, and they're standardised with all the routes as well. Let's just have a quick look at what the details say here at the top, because we know it's 90 plus miles. The big main line runs are going to take you from Preston, which is down here at number 1, up to number 8 up here. This is Carlisle up at number 8. Along the way, we have of course got Shap, which is in this area here, which is between Oxenholme at number 6 and Penrith, which is at number 7. This branch you can see going off is the Windermere branch, which comes out of Oxenholme. I think that's quite interesting. I wonder if that... I don't know how accurate this map is, because that's quite a length there. I think the actual Windermere branch itself is about 10 miles. Drop that in the comments if you know. I think it's about 10 miles, unless I'm completely mistaken. So you can see there's quite a bit there. Now, does that mean that is modelled? Is that going to come later on? Please tell me that's coming later on. That would be excellent, because that is a nice little branch. In TS Classic, that branch is available from the workshop on Steam, and if you've been watching the channel for a while, one of my first TS Classic videos was actually running the 47 along the Windermere branch, so that would be really nice to have that in at some point. But let's go back south, shall we? We can see that Preston's here at number 1. This little spur that you see coming out here, this is Blackpool Branches. That's where Blackpool Branches will be going off. So it looks like we can go a little bit, if this is accurate, we can go a little bit south of Preston there. This will be the Ormskirk branch from Blackpool Branches, which maybe is just why it's included. Then of course this is the West Coast Main Line going down towards London Euston at the bottom here. As we come out of Preston up the main line, we've of course got Lancaster, which is then where the Morecambe services will start. So this is the Morecambe branch. So we've got Burr Lane and Morecambe. We had a look at the Morecambe branch in TS Classic a couple of weeks ago, and we visited Burr Lane and the signal box, etc., and had a look at the screenshots. So that's quite interesting. And then up from the Morecambe branch, we have of course got Coinforth, which is very famous. Not just for being on this line, but of course for the film Brief Encounter. And there's a lot going on at Coinforth, really, because the main line comes through. You can't stop at Coinforth on the main line, on the West Coast Main Line, but you can run, well, the Pacer services and the 101 services will come. The Pacer is available, by the way, if you've got Blackpool Branches. It doesn't come with the route. But if you are running services to Coinforth, you could come into Coinforth station here. So this branch going off here will be the Cumbrian coast. The Cumbrian coast goes all the way up this side through Barrow, around Whitehaven, and back in up here at Carlisle. This little spur here is the Cumbrian coast, so you can go all this way. I really want Just Trains to make that. They've made part of that in on-track simulations have made it, I should say, in TS Classic up as far as Millom. Now, some of the devs for on-track simulations and Just Trains are the same, so I'm kind of hoping that they bring that to TSW. That would be brilliant, and we can have this link going up this side, up the coastline, back up to Carlisle. But that's Coinforth. You can see this here, I believe, is the line which runs to down here to Leeds via Skipton. That has not been in. That's not even been in Train Sim Classic, I don't believe. But that's actually a nice run to Leeds going that way from Coinforth. Moving north again, we've mentioned Oxenholme and the Windermere branch, and then this is where it really gets interesting, where we go through the Lune Valley, over Shap, etc., between Oxenholme and Penrith. This is the prettiest part of the route, I would say, between 6 and 7. I think there's going to be a lot to see. We've seen some of the screenshots, haven't we, over the past few weeks with the dev updates, and I think from what we can see there, they've done a really good job on those. But swinging the 87 around some of these curves is going to be pretty awesome. And you know, if you do step out of being era specific, and you do run the Pendolino from the West Coast Main Line south between Preston and Carlisle, I think you're in for a good treat there. You'll be able to put the Pendo through its paces up there. I'm certainly going to do that. I'm not, you know, yes, it is an older route and the Pendo is modern. However, you know, I can get over it. I can get past it. It's about getting your money's worth out of the DLCs, etc. you've got. So if you want to do that, you can. You don't have to. So you can do that in free roam, or I'm sure people will be creating scenarios in the Creators Club pretty soon once it's been released. So that's Penrith, and then of course we got between Penrith and Carlisle up here at number 8. So I've mentioned this is the Cumbrian coast, so this goes off to Whitehaven, etc., and then down to Barrow, etc., and then eventually down to Coinforth. And then I think this one's settled to Carlisle, isn't it? I think this route is settled to Carlisle, and there's a little spur there. And again, it got me thinking, if that's the settled to if that's meant to be the settled to Carlisle, does that mean that the settled to Carlisle could come at some point? Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. Because can you imagine that? We'd have Blackpool branches down at the south end, providing sort of this kind of area. We've got Morecambe. Potentially we could get Windermere. We could get from Coinforth the Cumbrian coast. Can we get the settled to Carlisle coming down here? What a nice build-up of route we've got then in one big area. I don't know. There's possibilities, isn't there? There is possibilities. So I'm kind of hopeful for the future that, you know, that has already been thought about. It does mean that for a couple of releases we would be up in the north, which might frustrate a lot of you that like the UK stuff, which is Midlands and down south. But if it was Just Trains that was doing it, don't forget, and we said right now, based on Blackpool branches, it's been 12 months between releases for them, then, you know, chances are they could do something like that in another 12 months' time. Who knows? First of all, there's going to be a low-core DLC for this route, so we're going to get the 87, of course, an upgraded 101, and you're going to be able to run the Pacer on here. There is a 47 that's going to run on here. Lots of stuff's going to layer in from Northern Transpennine, Blackpool branches, you name it. The routes should be packed out, but we do have this low-core DLC, and at the moment nobody knows what that is. We're all kind of guessing. You know, as we've mentioned in previous videos, some have said it could be the APT, some have said a class 50, some have said it could be an 86. Just nobody knows. Given the era, there could be a lot of things. It could be So who knows? I'm sure that, you know, once this gets in everybody's hands and people are playing it, I suspect Just Trains have already been working on that anyway, along with the route, and we probably will hear something about that, you know, sooner rather than later with any luck. But it's just, you know, the more I see of this route and the more screenshots I see, etc., I just cannot wait till the 21st. I know you're probably sick of me banging on about it, and honestly, I've never been this excited for a route, and I thought I was excited about Blackpool Branches. This one's going to do it for me. I want to thank Just Trains and Dovetail for bringing this out, because this, for years and years and years, in the suggestions forum, this one has been the one that I have suggested every single time. Every annual survey where we get asked if you could have one route in TSW, what would it be? I always said this one, but I was careful not to say what era because I didn't care, but I wanted this route, and here it is. It's coming out in 15 days. I couldn't be more hyped for it. So, as you might have guessed, we're going to have lots of coverage on the channel of this. We'll do the 87, we'll do the freight, we'll do the Morecambe branch, we'll use the Pacer, the 101, the 40, everything. We'll use the lot. And also, we'll run the Pendo. We'll run the Pendo backwards and forwards on the 90 miles between Preston and Carlisle, and backwards and forwards. We could put the 350 on there. You know, we got the 350. If we've got a skin for it that is, I think we have got a Transpennine skin. Actually, I think I downloaded one from Creators Club. We could do that. We could pretend, you know, it's an updated route. We can do that. It won't be for the purists, as I said, but, you know, it'll be good fun. So make sure you keep an eye on the channel. We do have the MBTA to come first, of course, so we'll be looking at that. But for me, out of the two, you've guessed it, it's this one that I really want. I've not got long to wait. We have not got long at all to wait. So I hope and I know that many of you are just as hyped for this as I am. And some of you who have also said to me in the comments that at the beginning you didn't really know much about it. You didn't really care. It was another BI Blue route. You didn't really know what the hype is about. A lot of you have said you've been following the dev updates and the videos that I've done on the channel, and since then you've got pretty excited about it, which is really good from my perspective, because if I can convince you that this is going to be a good route, I haven't seen it, by the way, there's a lot of faith I'm putting in it, but if I can tell you it's a good route and I can hype you up for it, then that's good. As a YouTuber, I'm kind of doing my job, so keep clicking the button. Well, that's it for today. I'm going for yet another lie down, so take it easy, everybody. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.